Hello children, welcome back for the session. We are in P6 class. Whatever you have been doing, let's settle down and start with our lesson. My name is teacher Richard Naboyo. I've been handling this P6 class for some good time. And the last time, remember, we've been discussing a lot about the human heart, and I left with some little work. So before we look at what we are going to look at today, let's first of all have a review of what I left you with. Get your pencil, and we check those answers. I left with a few questions, 4 of them. The first question here, remember you're looking at the heart and its diseases. That was under the circulatory system. We discussed a lot about that. So the first question was to name any disease of the heart you know. You still remember them? Check if you have any of those ones. So we have heart attack, heart stroke, heart failure, high blood pressure was also among them, or what we call hypertension. Question number 2 was how are regular body exercises help to prevent heart diseases? How are regular body exercises help to prevent heart diseases? Remember when we said when you exercise, you make the heart muscles strong. Did you pass it? Good. Question 3. To mention one bad habit that damages the heart. To mention one bad habit that damages the heart. Of course, we have said we have 2 major bad habits damages our heart. One is smoking, and also the second was alcoholism. And last question, to mention any 2 body exercises you can do to strengthen your heart. I know you do a lot of exercises. So any of those exercises you do, of course there are very many, we couldn't finish all of them. Talk about jogging, swimming, playing football, netball, basketball, even running around. Any game you do, so long as you do an activity, you're helping your heart to become strong. So thanks. If you read some 1 or 2 numbers, remember to collection children. So right children, today we are going to look at something interesting, something which which I've already talked about, and that's going to be alcohol in society. And some of you are wondering, said, how can somebody put 4 bottles in one mouth? Yeah, you are going to get to know that. So you're looking at alcohol in society, and by the end of this lesson, children, you definitely know the meaning of alcohol. You are going to know the main types of alcohol. You are going to look at, mention at least 5 uses of alcohol, and last but not least, to mention at least any 3 reasons why people drink alcohol. So those are going to be our learning intentions for this lesson here. To begin with our first session, can you help me to define alcohol? I know you could have seen alcohol somewhere. Can you think of the meaning of the term alcohol? Let me give you just a few seconds to think about it. What do you think it means? Fine, let's check with regard to it right. So we're saying that alcohol is going to be a colorless liquid drug that makes one drunk when taken in excess. It's a colorless liquid drink or drug. It's a colorless liquid drug that makes one drunk when taken in what? Excess. It's a drug because it can change one's mental and physical thinking. That's why when you see people taking alcohol, they change their behavior and whatnot. So that's why we are calling it a drug. So we are saying it's a colorless liquid drug that makes one drunk when taken in excess. I'm not saying that you start drinking because we're not going to drink a lot. So that's alcohol. Fine. What are the 2 types of alcohol? What are the types of alcohol? Can you think of any type of alcohol you know? In just a few seconds, let's find out. Do you think you are right? I know some of you could have mentioned beer, you have taken warrage. No. Alcohol is going to be classified into 2. It is what we call methyl alcohol, or what we call methanol. I want you to say the words methyl, methanol. Then the second type is going to be called ethyl alcohol, or what we call ethanol. So those are the 2 main types of alcohol children we're going to be looking at. So we're going to find out what's the meaning of each of this type. No, start with methyl alcohol. So this type of alcohol is highly poisonous. Highly poisonous. And when somebody takes it, it can cause blindness or it can result into death if one takes it. If somebody drinks in small amount, the eyes go off. If you're going to take it in a large amount, kaput, you die. This alcohol is basically used by doctors. and the industrial purposes, basically. So in the industries, of course, used for sterilizing and also by doctors for sterilization of medical instruments. Then let's have a look at ethyl alcohol children. So what does it mean? So this type of alcohol is basically found in alcoholic drinks. The one which is contained in alcoholic drinks, the beer, the wine, the whatever you may mention. So it makes person drunk if one takes it in excess. That's the one we are basically going to concentrate on mostly. So examples of alcoholic drinks where we have this type of alcohol, we've got beer, we've got wine, we've got whiskey, we've got spirits. You can mention others. I know you know others. Fine. That's good, children. So in our third session, children, we want to have a look at the uses of alcohol. How is alcohol useful in our society, to people and society at large? So can you think of any two uses of alcohol in society? Let's check with my answers. Number one, we're saying it's a source of income to both the government and individuals. Of course, people get money, they have bars, and when they sell this alcohol, they get some money. Even the government gets money out of it. That's revenue. Two, it is used as a fuel in car engines. It's a gas oil. Of course, alcohol can be mixed up with some of the chemicals there, and we make fuel, which can move the vehicles. Then three, it is used to mix cosmetics and drugs. It's one of the ingredients when they are making drugs and the cosmetics. You didn't know that, I know very well. And then four, we're saying it's used as a disinfectant to prevent wounds from getting septics. Remember, we are in this COVID time, and we are using it as a sanitizer. Remember that, alcohol-based. So that alcohol is very, very vital here in killing germs. Because we have got other uses, it's also used as a preservative. Remember when you are making cakes, you can also add in some bit of alcohol and other foodstuffs. It's also used as an ingredient in some medical drugs. I told you that one, when you are making some drugs, they may mix in some alcohol. Doctors use alcohol to sterilize medical instruments, especially the clinical thermometer. We don't use hot water. That hot water can break the thermometer, remember? So we basically use alcohol when you are sterilizing these medical instruments. It is also used in thermometers. That's the 60 thermometer, simply because it doesn't freeze easily. It has a low boiling point. It's also used in social ceremonies, parties. I know some people, when you go for parties, wedding and all that kind of stuff, they take alcohol one way or another. So, can have a look at this. You can see here, the doctor is trying to sterilize the medical instrument using alcohol. They don't use hot water. We can see people are celebrating here. What do you think they are doing? Which ceremony is this? You can see this could have been an introduction ceremony, and there's alcohol in one of the containers here. And of course, we have other things there. So, our session for children, we are going to find out, why do you think people drink alcohol? Can you think of any reason why people drink alcohol? Let's check with mine here. One, we're saying to entertain themselves. That's because they're happy, they are celebrating. They have to drink alcohol. Two, some think that when they take alcohol, they are going to forget problems. It's actually a misconcept. Don't drink alcohol and think that a problem will go. It will definitely remain there. It's because when they are frustrated, they think when they drink, that problem will go. No, it will not go. But of course, they drink because they think they will forget problems. Three, peer pressure. Some drink because the peer influence. So their friends are going to influence them to start drinking, and also they join the bandwagon and also start drinking. So don't be taken up by your friends who will convince you to start drinking to quench thirst. So some think that when they drink alcohol, the thirst will go. But kumbe, it will not go. 5, to become courageous and confident and even bold. Some people think that when they drink alcohol, they are going to be very strong, very bold and courageous to do a certain activity, which could be a problem. 5, to pass their time. Some of them will take alcohol just to pass time, relaxation, and so on. Then 6, to show their riches. Some of them, when they get money, they want to start drinking alcohol, buying all types of alcohol. Then also some think that when they drink alcohol, they are going to improve on their mental performance. So don't be convinced by some of these concepts here, children. So don't think that, I'm going to for an examination, I must start by drinking alcohol. Now, this could definitely affect your performance in class. You end up actually almost sleeping. So let's have a look at some of my pictures. So you can see here, socialize with others. Yeah, all the friends are enjoying. They are holding bottles of different type of alcohol and they're enjoying. That's socialize with others. Peer influence. Uh-huh. Forgetting problems. Yeah, what I told you about this one. So don't drink hoping that the problem will go. Some people, of course, in life we have so many problems. So some people, when they get problems, they resort to taking alcohol, and eventually it also affects their problem, as we shall see later on. So social forgetting problem is one of them, and that's a misconcept, children. Then relaxing their mind after work, that is passing time. Uh-huh. Of course, after a day's work, working so hard, you go to the bar, you start drinking alcohol to pass your time and so on. So you can see my friend over here, after doing a lot of work in the office, piles and piles of work, says, let me go to the bar. Then here, cultural functions, introduction, weddings, parties, and all kinds of things. People take a drink alcohol. Then passing time is also among them. I talked about that one. This girl here. Also even girls. In fact, boys and girls drink alcohol. It's not only for boys, it's not only meant for men and women. It's basically for both sexes. Men and women drink alcohol. So some of them take it just to pass time. Others take it to feel confident. Don't try that one at home. I can see you are planning something. Let me take daddy's wine, and then you go to the wire and also sit there. Hey, you end up falling like a potato. So don't try it. So don't be like my friend over there sitting on the wire. Don't climb a building and say, after taking that wine, I'm going to also behave like that one. Don't try that one. So some take it just to feel confident of whatever they are going to do and so on. So others take it because of idleness. Remember, an idle mind is the devil's workshop, children. So, when you're idle, you may resort to taking alcohol and so on, children. Now, I'm going to leave with an activity, children, as usual. And this is just a few what you have learned. Remember, I've learned what alcohol is, the types of alcohol, the different alcoholic drinks, and all that. So I'm leaving with a simple activity, children. And these are just 5 questions, as you can see them. What's the alcohol? That's our number 1. Remember the definition of alcohol. Then 2, what are the 2 types of alcohol? And 3, which of the 2 types of alcohol makes one blind when taken? And 4, how is alcohol useful to medical workers? And lastly, to give a reason why people drink alcohol. Thank you for being with children. Take care and stay safe.